Broncos country, what's going on? I love this piece of news. I love this quarterback room. I want Jarrett Stidham to be here. I'll break it down why in just a minute. Y'all be sure to let me know your thoughts on this article and report from Mike Kliss. So let's check out some of my film rooms. I've done some on Chris Abrams' Drain recently. I'm probably going to release my next part of my Audric Estime film tomorrow because of this video, but check out the one that I dropped yesterday. You'll see him being more elusive and getting more outside than maybe you would have initially assumed with a running back that large. I've also charted some plays for Nick Gargiulo as well as Devon Vele, our 7th-round draft picks. I think you guys are really going to like those dropping later this week as well. But let's go ahead and get into it. Jarrett Stidham, he's hosting a voluntary workout week or so, 3 or 4 days down at TCU near his Fort Worth home. Love this. Cortland Sutton is there, according to this report from Mike Kliss. Now, one interesting tidbit was he named that Stidham was hosting this. Several of his offensive teammates didn't go to mention in the article anybody outside of Cortland Sutton, which I thought was pretty interesting. I'm like, well, are the other quarterbacks there? Well, with his tweeting about this article, he said Broncos quarterbacks, receivers gather for throwing sessions and has, Nix and Wilson as the cover photo right here. So I take this as Jarrett Stidham is having the whole group together. Everybody's training together, wide receivers and quarterbacks. And this is why I'm a big fan of Jarrett Stidham sticking around to be that Chase Daniel type long-term backup quarterback for us. We'll see what happens with Zach Wilson, but we need to give him a year or two to go through that quarterback rehab. I love to see that. I think that this is a rare trait that Jarrett Stidham has, especially when you're coming in as that incumbent starter, so to speak. Not all quarterbacks will check their ego aside and have their other quarterbacks there with them doing this. Most famously, I always remember Joe Flacco talking about how it wasn't his job to get Drew Lock ready. And maybe that was the case with that organization or with the people running the Broncos organization, coaches at that time. That wasn't put on them. But I think it's very clear that there is an expectation of Jarrett Stidham, whether he is starting or going to be that mentor backup, that he is going to be involved in helping these younger quarterbacks get ready. And in a sense, being that extra coach, so to speak, on the field, on the bench, in the meeting room, everything like that. And so this is why I really like what's going on with this team right now. It just seems like, yes, we have that Cortland Sutton stuff to navigate, which we'll see what happens. But I do love the fact that he's at this voluntary camp that Jarrett Stidham's put on. Cortland Sutton is. So I think that's great. We got this contract situation to navigate through with him. But outside of that, and I wouldn't even call that a big distraction. We have no big distractions. I don't think we have anybody who's putting their ego well above the team or anything like that. We don't have anybody that's in the headlines for the wrong reasons. I think that this team it's got some good mojo to it, I think, that we haven't seen and we haven't felt in a while, right? I mean, even going into last season, we had disgruntled leaders in the locker room, such as Frank Clark or Randy Gregory, that ended up getting cut just a couple of weeks into the season. This team just feels different. I feel like they're more together. You see the camaraderie here. I love it. So y'all let me know your thoughts on this piece of news. I love this type of stuff. Credit to Jarrett Stidham for having everybody out there when he didn't need to do that. But goes to show the selflessness that he has, as well as the leader that he is, having other guys he's competing with coming to this workout that he's putting on for a few days at TCU. So, thank you, Mike Kliss, for putting this out there. The GOAT. I appreciate it. I'll be back with Audric Estime, Film Room Part 3. He can catch passes tomorrow. Okay, guys? Thank you so much, And as always, go Broncos.